The Green Bay Packers are a professional football team, and they are just about finished with a massive building project in which they are developing about 30 acres of land right outside their stadium to make a large entertainment district for their fans. It's taken a lot of money, a lot of manpower, and a lot of heavy-duty machinery to get it done, but after about 2 years, they're nearly there. I bring that up because I want to compare it to a different 30-acre building project in the Bible. In the book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah and his men made a promise that they were going to rebuild the wall outside the city of Jerusalem, and that was about 30 acres. Now, they didn't have as much money as the Green Bay Packers, or as many men. They certainly didn't have the heavy-duty machinery that they had, and they kind of had to work with almost like one hand tied behind their back. I mean, some of the men literally did work with one hand while holding a sword in the other hand, as they had to fight off the enemies who were coming to attack them. But eventually they did finish their project, not in 2 years, but in 52 days. 52 days. And how did that happen? Because when the project began, Nehemiah prayed. He said, "Dear Lord, strengthen my hands." And you might know that the only reason a man will pray for strength is if he recognizes that he is weak. And Nehemiah did. He recognized that he needed help, just like we recognize we do with the number of promises that we break as we go through life. But he recognized that he needed help, so he prayed for strength from someone who had both hands tied down on a cross and still overcame the same enemies of sin and death and Satan that we go up against every day. A God who used a cross and some nails and an empty grave to prove that his promises to love his church and care for his people, they will never fail, and his purposes will always prevail. And sometimes amazingly, Nehemiah and his men accomplished their goal in 52 days. They trusted God, and they did something nobody would have seen coming. What might we see in your life if you do the same thing? What might your future look like in your work, in your family, in your marriage, in your ministry? Only God knows. But he wants you to know a promise that you can live with every day in your present, a promise that Nehemiah no doubt was familiar with from Isaiah 41, where God says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God will do those things, while you simply get to anticipate more strength to keep your promises.